him in 2024 if you run again? Would you commit to having?
Well, I think it would be inappropriate now. No, look, I could be cute and say, well, I don't want to. Look, it would be totally inappropriate. I think Mike Pence is a fine person. I like Mike. I think Mike committed political suicide by not taking votes that he knew were wrong.
A whole lot of nonsense in there, that clip, but welcome back to State of the Union. That was President Trump in an interview at Mar-a-Lago saying why he wouldn't or couldn't pick Mike Pence as a running mate were he to run for president again. That interview was with reporters Susan Glasser and Peter Baker, authors of the brand new book, The Divider, Trump in the White House, 2017 to 2021. Susan Glasser and our panel join us now. So that's a pretty shocking exchange because, first of all, Pence is not in charge of taking votes. And Pence did not do anything wrong. He did what the Constitution said he should do. What was it like being in Mar-a-Lago with Trump? Were you surprised by his answer at all?
Well, to your point about the word salad, we spent more than 3 hours over the course of 2 interviews at Mar-a-Lago trying to interview the former president. And I don't think there was a single sentence, with a noun and a verb and a period attached to it. There were a lot of rants about the rigged election, but the bottom line was that, Trump is still very focused, even after leaving office, on defining everything around personal loyalty. We were in the now famous room where the FBI search took place, the private office, and he just surrounded himself with reminders, of his past glory. He was like Napoleon in Elba, but meets, banquet hall greeter.
Alyssa, you worked for Trump. Is this the same Trump that you worked for? Has he gotten worse? What do you think? What's your take?
It's kind of all the same, but at least when he was still surrounded by the trappings of power, there's a certain cachet that comes with this. I think we've all seen he's having a very hard time, obviously accepting his loss. I still go back and forth that, I've shared, he told me after he lost that he knew he lost and now he's gone a different direction. But the Mike Pence comment I thought was very interesting. There was no one, more loyal to Donald Trump the entirety of his presidency, but also, I would argue, beneficial to it. He was the man, it was Mitch McConnell and Mike Pence that got tax cuts through last minute. The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act was hanging by a thread. Susan Collins was almost going to be a no. Jeff Flake was almost going to be a no. And it was them twisting arms until late at night. USMCA, every major achievement that Donald Trump still touts, Mike Pence had a huge role in. And frankly, many of them Donald Trump didn't, in fact. He doesn't have the capacity to recognize that, but I thought that was what was interesting to me about it.
Daniela, let me read this passage from the book that jumped out at me. Quote, "The painful fact is that those who stopped Trump from committing this or that outrage also helped him learn how better to get what he wanted the next time." A senior national security official who regularly observed Trump in the Oval Office compared him to the velociraptors in the movie Jurassic Park that proved capable of learning while hunting their prey, making them infinitely more dangerous. I should note, not the first time I've heard a Trump aide comparing Donald Trump to a velociraptor, learning how to commit mayhem the next time, better mayhem. But this is a real threat to the country in terms of democracy.
Yeah, of course it is. I chuckle because thinking of Trump as a velociraptor is funny on the surface, but when you dig deeper, it is deeply problematic that the former president of the United States still insists that he won the election, is punishing everyone who did their jobs by certifying the election, is talking about running again in 2024 when we already know that this is somebody who's undermining our democracy. So yeah, it's terrifying that he could possibly be getting, I don't know, I want to use the word smarter, but more strategic about how he wields his evil.
Well, I think he's the most likely person to be the Republican nominee and the least likely person to defeat Joe Biden or whatever other Democrat ends up getting nominated in 2024. And I think Republicans ought to think hard about whether we want to lose another national election by relitigating 2020 and by replunging ourselves back into this chaos. I think there are other people who give you what you want without giving us the probability of another national loss.
So 2 of those potential 2024 nominees or candidates are the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, and the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, both of whom might run for president. Both of them responsible for various shipping of migrants from Texas. 2 planes carrying 50 migrants sent to Martha's Vineyard Wednesday night by DeSantis. They've since been moved to Joint Base Cape Cod. I want you to take a listen to what a local reverend in Martha's Vineyard told CNN about these migrants being transported there.
We decided almost immediately that we would take them in no matter what. They had nowhere to go. And then the whole island community of Martha's Vineyard really pretty much turned out, at whatever political stripe they were, to help these people who'd been so traumatized. That's where most all of us in America right now should be paying our attention.
I mean, I think one of the points that DeSantis and Abbott were trying to make with this stunt, even if you don't like it, was, oh, look, these people aren't going to like all this influx of migrants coming into Martha's Vineyard. They're not in Martha's Vineyard anymore because the governor, Charlie Baker, has moved them to Cape Cod. But I don't know that they got the response they wanted in terms of people being revolted.
Yeah, no, that's right. Obviously, you saw lots of pictures of islanders coming out and volunteering and trying to help people who had been used as pawns in a sort of grotesque, and I have to say, a very Trumpian political stunt, right? To me, Jake, I feel like what we're seeing is the influence and the takeover of Trumpism in the Republican Party. The carnival barker turned bad. Ron DeSantis, was a serious politician, and now he's using people as pawns in this way. And I think that, whether it's Donald Trump, who's the nominee in 2024, or another Republican, they're very likely to be operating in a world where Donald Trump has showed them a path of demeaning human beings, of using the immigration issue in particular. I think these Republican governors see that as part of the armor that Donald Trump created for himself in politics.
How long were they on the island? 24 hours before the military came and rounded them up and took them away. Look, I'm glad the people of Martha's Vineyard were charitable in their day with the migrants. I do think it was interesting that it took 125 National Guardsmen to take care of 50 people. Now do the math on Texas. Do the math on Arizona. The point here wasn't to try to trick the people of Martha's Vineyard. The point here was to make a larger point about burden sharing. The crisis at the border is a burden being fully borne by Texas, Arizona, and then those towns down there. That was the point. And I'm not typically a fan of government by trolling, but I feel trolled every day when I see the White House press secretary and the vice president and the president tell the American people, oh, the border is secure. There is no problem. That's the point. And they made it, and we're talking about it. Mission accomplished on that.
You know what? You can make a point about border security. We can have a conversation about comprehensive immigration reform and adding more money to support border states, but using people as political pawns, these are people who are fleeing communism. I thought the Republican Party was the one that was against communism. To ship them to a place that doesn't have the facilities to take care of them, you say blithely, oh, they're only there for a day. Martha's Vineyard, they don't have the capacity to do that. So the Republican governor of Massachusetts did the right thing and sent them someplace where they actually had facilities to take care of them. This is like the culmination of MAGA extremism taking over this party. And I get emotional when I talk about this because I remember when we were separating children, babies, from their parents at the border with no care about reuniting them. And this is just what that is too. And let's not forget, these migrants were lied to, they were misled, they thought they were going someplace else, and they were given appointments across the country for Monday.
Well,
so you're setting them up for failure.
And here's the thing. We have a crisis at the border, humanitarian, national security, full stop. Vice President Kamala Harris said on another network last week, the border is secure. It's not. El Paso right now has over 1,000 migrants who are living in squalid conditions. Border states have borne the brunt of this challenge that is not being addressed, is being exacerbated by the Biden administration's policies. That said, I disagree with this stunt on almost every level. We know that the Biden administration is relocating people within the country, migrants within the country, to take some of the strain off of the border states. But we cannot use human beings as pawns. If this was a serious effort by Governor DeSantis, he would have called Governor Charlie Baker and said, I need all resources available. We need to house these people. We need to set up places where they can process their asylum claims. They can meet with people. This was meant purely for Twitter and to drive the conversation. And immigration for decades has been the third rail of American politics. I remember having these same conversations a decade ago on Capitol Hill. The left doesn't want to solve it. The right doesn't want to solve it. We just want to fight with each other on it. And we're talking about it. Maybe that's a good thing, but I don't think that shipping people around is political policy.
I would just disagree with the notion that the left doesn't want to solve it. We had a comprehensive immigration bill on the table, bipartisan support, would have passed the House. It was John Boehner and Republicans who wanted to keep it as a political tool. We could have had immigration reform with increased security at the border.
There has to be some acknowledgement that the language of the left and the language of the president, the vice president, and the Democratic Party is part of the problem. The migrants are coming here because they believe the border is open. And so until this administration stops using that language that causes them to believe that and causes this influx and gets serious about supporting the Border Patrol and border security, it's going to continue to be a crisis.
Last word on
But
that.
I do think the politicization, the permanent use of this as a political tool. I remember a conversation with a senior Bush administration official who told me the greatest mistake of George W. Bush's second term was not coming out of that victory and making an immigration deal, because he was a Republican and there were Republicans and Democrats who wanted to get this done,
He
and
tried.
they failed.
He did try. He did try. We'll talk more about this in future shows, I'm sure. Thanks, everybody, for being here.